Hello folks. A lot of people have been commenting on some of my past videos saying that I need to calm down and that they're worried about my blood pressure and I'm stressing myself out and the drivers here are not that bad. Well, here's the thing. The drivers in these videos, yeah, they're not that bad compared to some other drivers at some other places. It's like I lived in Connecticut, I lived in Buffalo, I lived in New Jersey, I lived in Florida. I consider those drivers in those places way worse than the drivers here where I currently live. I get that. And also, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly calm. First of all, I talk loudly in my videos because if I talk in my normal speaking voice, you guys will not be able to hear me. So I have to speak up to be able to ensure the production quality of the audio here. And I mostly just laugh at these guys, you know. I never gotten the point of why someone has to speed around and swerve around and exit dive and run red lights or whatever. I never understood the point. So I just laugh. So that's my beginning rants for this video. Enjoy the video. Here we go. Here comes the real shit. Nope. Nope.
And what we're doing and what projects and programs are ongoing or upcoming.
No, stop.
You can
and nope.
join right online. I would encourage, we're a membership nonprofit.
Going backward, creating an annihilation, antimatter basically, positron kaboom.
Missile left,
so the
Nissan driver.
If one electron hits the other, they're not actually...
To them, thinking they are ordinary electrons going forward in time?
Probably not. At this point, the reason
you never
we
stopped,
say
but I think you're off camera.
Is, aside from the fact that we have...
Yeah, no stop. Infinity. One of those fancy Nissan drivers. Left turn regret? Maybe?
About that, did he? And the fucking homeless person, I want to wake up in a city that fucking reeks and have a homeless guy come up to me on the streets. He smells like all the body odor.
I think that's a exit dive behind me.
Nobody's helping him.
Even more unforgiving physically. And even though I don't think they have as many guys that can bury, they actually probably do now that I really think about it. And I just saw Edmonton shut down the Schizo 7 guy, like Bouquet that hints
what the hell was that behind me? I think that was left turn regret.
Skinner in Edmonton and a team effort. It's tough. I want to say Edmonton in 7, or parts of Edmonton.
Counties, St. Lawrence County, not Lewis, and so we are getting that off the ground and seeing all this great investment.
Red light run, red light run, red light run.
My tools and ready to go templates.
Next, your diagrams become so bulky, it's more crumpled the way over in Jira. But wait!
Red light run, red light run, red light run.
Yeah, sample everything because I wanted to hit.
I mean, like,
how many states? The whole New England. So
no stop.
New York, Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont.
We know for sure is that every electron we have ever measured is exactly the same.
the same. Okay.
There is no property about one electron
Matt,
that is
what are you
not
doing?
precisely represented by other electrons. So we have to ask, does that require an explanation?
It is not that hard to go around a frickin' parked truck.
Or do we just allow there to be...
Nope. Exit dive. Nope. Exit regret. Captain Stupid's in there. Nope. Exit regret. Captain Stupid's in there. And I think it happened behind me too.
3, you know, they're coming to the point where that kind of talk is going to be really important.
Yeah,
the
it's
lane's
really
about
hard
to
when
end.
you're
What are you
a closer
doing?
survivor because we only know what we know, and so I do really value hiring a therapist, a counselor, a life coach.
She specializes especially in like kind of unlearning and deconverting from an old way of belief, old cultural values of your family, society, or religion. So I think really having a safe space for you to work through your issues, so you don't project those onto your children, right? Like it's really important for me to let my children be them, not who I was told to be or afraid of who they might be, right? So we talk a lot about sex, consent, age-appropriate things with my children. We have a very open home, which is really amazing because I didn't learn about consent until 5 years into my marriage. I had no clue that was a thing, and when I learned what it was, I was horrified.
Here's a question I have. If something's not FDA approved, how the fuck are you giving it to human beings to be ingested?
Exit dive behind me.
I saw this whole crazy fucking thing about, you know, the whole, I got it down now with my machine where I can have the right fucking
Lightning!
consistency in the
Thunder!
phone. Got the monkey.
Red light, run. You got brain damage and red the red light for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the brain damage. I don't know.
You know, that phrase of yours about being prisoners of the present is very true, but I prefer to think of it a little bit differently. Same concept, but with different attitude going toward it.
Which is what a lot of the occult and theosophy does, like synthesize like a religion or a philosophy from all of the different kinds of spirituality, mysticism, stuff.
At the time, I would have told you it's the worst thing to ever happen to me. Now that I'm on the other side, I can absolutely say truthfully, it was one of the best things to happen to me. But I think about when we fall in love again, how lucky are we? Like, I really don't paint my ex as a bad guy. He's a good guy, but it was a love that was complete and it needed to be released. And sometimes I think the greatest expression of love is the willingness to let someone go. And I think it's a beautiful thing when you...
There's no one to hate. Because last year I took it personally that they did, that Vegas did not beat the Flyers when I was there.
No, stop!
Front row. And the way they treated Flower,
There are people with gigantism.
Hey, there's double line here, dude. It's only 30.
But like,
really?
Okay, so now he's got a picture of a guy who probably has fucking gigantism. Probably was president, or are we just being 21st century dicks
Gooses.
about all of this? Yeah, both, Noah. Both.
You freaking Canadians. Get out of the straight. It's like we're not that far from Canada. Just keep going north.
As to the fire itself, while local legends suggest that it began from a fire that had been smoldering for 30 years before then, few people take that seriously anymore. Writer David DeCock, whose last name is DeCock, even though it's entirely legal to change
the
your
guy
name
is
in
in the
this
way. Yeah,
country.
back up a shave.
Why would you change?
Now he's going to break down because he doesn't have a great body. He doesn't have this yet. Over the line!
Oh, jeez. Whoa.